So what if I tell you this though?
Sure.
If you take Bron and put him on them Bulls teams, they still have 6 rings.
I would challenge that.
You would challenge that?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me tell you why I would challenge it.
Y'all know I'm a LeBron guy, but there's no way I'm jacking that he would have got 6 rings in Chicago like Michael did. And I like LeBron over Michael. Y'all are going to make me sit here and
I agree with you if you're taking LeBron from the time that he won against OKC and he won his first title. I get to look at the 7 previous years.
But when did Jordan win?
I'm not talking about years. I'm talking about heart. You see, you got to remember something, fellas. We got to see. You can't go here because I'm not going to run.
I gotta go there because I firmly believe there's some players that you put in the 90s. Like I know you seen Wembanyama last night.
Oh yeah. There's no.
What does he look like in the 90s?
There's no answer. You want me to tell you what would happen?
It's not so much about what the player looks like in the 90s. It's what the game looked like in the 90s. It was a different style of play. I don't know. Just because you got a great skill set or your bag is just like that, it doesn't mean that you automatically can be put in any position, any situation, and have the same results.
To him? Want me to tell you what happened?
He's shooting it over them.
Remember when he had what happened to him last year?
He got into some blood clots.
That would have happened to him. That's what they would have done to him back in the day. They'd have found a way. That's what they did. That's what they did. I'm just telling you. You had cats that had a license to assault you. It was a different game. But let me get back to your. Let me get back to your point. So, LeBron is a total package kind of player. 6'9", 260, post you up, do all of these other things. See, y'all want to ignore how you lost to Dallas. You don't get to do that.
I don't ignore it. But
Hold on, wait a minute.
I think he should have won that, honestly.
Time out.
That's probably his only fault on his resume.
That's fine, but understand the importance of that fault. Here's why. You didn't have a bad game. You were scared. It was the fourth quarter of 4 consecutive games of an NBA Finals. Unquestionably, the greatest player in the world went 4 games scoring 4 points or less in the fourth quarter with J.J. Barea and Jason Terry guarding him. There is no discussion here.
Yo, I can't believe with a straight face I'm going to sit here and kind of agree with Stephen A. Smith. He got a point. He got a very valid point. I don't know about this last statement he's making. But let's finish this up, man. I got a couple things to say about this one, bro.
There's no discussion here. The point that I'm making to you is this. There's a bigger element to go to here. Everybody has bad games. Hell, you can have a bad series. But when mentally you're warped, now you have to take into consideration the kind of advantage you've given the opposition if they were against you. I am not telling you that the LeBron that won the next year and the year after that, okay, could not be in the GOAT conversation. I'm trying to say that that person that showed up against Dallas, that Michael Jordan or those caliber of players would have never let him overcome those mental, emotional disabilities. I'm answering a question in a fashion to make you say,
I can't believe I'm about to sit here and actually agree with Stephen A. Smith. He actually has a very valid point. And I'm kind of tripping on how the Ball brothers are trying to fight and debate this argument. And I would be the first one trying to take up for James because y'all know I'm a LeBron fan. But this whole LeBron wins 6 rings on the Bulls like MJ did, it needs to stop, really. Stephen A. is spot on with shutting this nonsense down because what you're doing is revisionist mythology, not basketball. You're acting like Chicago was some type of plug-and-play dynasty, y'all, where any superstar can walk in, hit the triangle offense on rookie mode, and then walk out with a 6-pack of Larry O'Brien's. Like, really? Y'all know that ain't how it go. And then in that era, on top of that, the playoffs was a warfare. I mean, you had hand checking, the weak side zone denial, the nail help pressure that you dealt with back in the day, just the vertical enforcement, night in and night out. You wasn't gliding to the rim untouched. You had to want violence to play back in the 90s. And I don't know how much LeBron would have embraced that. I know they brought up Wemby. You know, they would have bullied Wemby. They would have beat on Wemby. That doesn't take away from the skill set, but that's just how the game went. And MJ wasn't just great. Michael was feared back in that time. Fear, me watching the game, partially dictated rotations. Fear broke defensive coverages before the basketball even crossed half court when we talk about MJ. And respectfully, LeBron is respected, but not so much feared in my eyes. Like Chicago would have treated LeBron, all them I need shooter roster requests. You know how LeBron is always talking about the team is top heavy. All them type of roster requests. Yo, Phil Jackson and them would have treated them requests like junk mail. Straight up and down. And that's another thing that we have to talk about is the Phil Jackson element. What era, for real, do y'all think LeBron fit better in? The 90s era or the 2010s era? Y'all let me know. And it seemed like people forget that situations matter. You know, this whole argument ignores a simple truth in my eyes. You know, context is the king in basketball history. Michael Jordan didn't have just talent. He had a perfect ecosystem. You know, the offensive structure that was built in Chicago was something special. You know, defensive schemes that fed off MJ and Pippen's insane point of attack containment. The nucleus was just unique. Now, imagine LeBron, who's a read and react initiator, being told by Phil Jackson, stop improvising. Stop calling for high pick and rolls. Stop holding the ball for 8 seconds on the wing. LeBron probably would have looked at dude like he was crazy. I think LeBron would have probably looked at the triangle like it was some type of calculus homework. I don't even know if LeBron James would even embrace the whole triangle offense system. And then Phil Jackson, like I mentioned earlier, Phil would have lit LeBron up in the media by midseason. You see, he didn't hold no punches when it came to Kobe or none of that. So, like, let's just be real. I think LeBron James' entire career is built on leveraging shooters, you know, driving lanes, dictating pace. The Bulls system back then was built on taking it all away and replacing it with, you know, discipline, ritual discipline. So I agree with Stephen A. I can't really see LeBron duplicating that same success in Chicago. I don't even like the thought of LeBron in Chicago. Like, the Bulls dynasty was fueled by, you know, an irrational level of competitive rage. MJ walks in the arenas like the landlord checking for rent money. LeBron is a general. He's a mastermind. He's a savant. But there's levels and there's different levels. One doesn't necessarily make the other better or worse, but there does show separation. It shows independence. I think you needed that intangible to survive back in the 90s. You know, the malice, having an ego, straight up killer instinct. You know, LeBron's greatness to me is off of precision, basketball IQ. Michael's greatness was really psychological. It was damn near psychological homicide. Like, he killed your ass. So no, LeBron walking in the 90s, grabbing 6 with Chicago, to me, under Phil Jackson at that, I really would have to talk to the bosses about that. I can't see that in no way, shape, form, or fashion. LeBron might not even last long enough in Chicago under Phil Jackson to find out. Like, I don't know if LeBron would go 6-7 years following that type of protocol. He might be asking for a trade, or Jerry Rice. They might just got fed up with LeBron. Who knows how that played? So I'm going to go on record. I agree with Stephen A. Smith 1,000%. This notion is ridiculous. I think time definitely matters. Situations matter. And Chicago wasn't for everybody. Not even all-time legends. You know, but I don't know if Michael could go to 3 destinations and win like LeBron did. So it's a give and take for both. But, you know, who's more era transferable to y'all? Would you say LeBron to the 90s or MJ to today's game? Pick one and defend your choice in the comment section. I'm Seven Mitchell. This is Lakers Land. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace. What's up, guys, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button for us so we can get this content in the algorithm. And also, please be sure to subscribe to the Lakers Land YouTube channel if you're new. And you can also purchase a channel membership for exclusive Lakers Land content. Also, join our Lakers Land watch party room on Playback TV for free VIP access to all of our Laker games and our live weekly podcast. That's playback.tv/LakersLand show. We also have merchandise available in our YouTube channel store, so grab some Lakers Likes merch today. Peace.